the way to step into that conversation, Russell, is super easy. What's your biggest reason for moving? Unfortunately, you know what everybody in real estate asks? Oh, what's your budget, right? I don't give a crap what their budget is. I want to know what their biggest reason for moving is. Then I can work around that. But when you start with budget, especially, and I love that you notice this, you're really running the risk of offending them, and then you're just talking money. And then you're no different than Zillow, Trulia, Hot Pads, right? You're no different than Redfin. Just then it's like I can figure that out on my own. But what they want to hear from you, Russell, is totally get it on Venice. Everything that you're telling me is totally in alignment with a bunch of clients that I've helped in the past. Awesome place if you're in your 20s. Awesome place when you're a young couple. Heard it before. Not so awesome when you got a brand new baby, right? I get it. But what's a good next step in terms of me being able to sit down with you guys? We'll map out some new properties and we'll see if we can get you in a more comfortable situation for raising that baby. Does that make sense, Russell?
Yeah, perfect. Thanks so much.
What's your biggest reason for moving? Okay? What's your biggest reason for moving? And then when you schedule tours with them, before you step foot in that piece of property, what do you want to see first when we get there? This is all...
Proof of funds, pre-qualification.
No. Not what you want to see first. Yes. You're going to make your life a lot... Let me tell you how this went down with my wife and I. By the way, first real estate agent, we're getting ready to sell our place right now. We're going to move down to Palm Beach. But first real estate agent that we were in a high-rise in Denver, super dope place, right? I just, boom, without even knowing it, I went through my whole story. That was our reason for moving. We had our daughter, right? We had our son on the way. His high-rise wasn't working, right? Yet nobody asked us that. What price range do you, what are you qualified for? It's qualified for plenty, okay? And then they're like, well, what price range do you want to be in? I'm not going to say the number that I said, but it was 50% of what I ended up spending on this house because I just didn't know, right? I wanted what I wanted. Now, if they had just said, cool, got it, just out of curiosity, what do you want to see first when you get there? I would have been like, yo, home office. Because every time I go into my office, my people are asking me questions. I can't get anything done. It's really difficult for me to work, and especially with the baby coming, I want to be able to work from home. But my needs are a back seat to Heather. You need to talk to Heather, right? Heather, what's going on? What do you want to see first when you get there? I want to see that I'm going to have a room for our daughter and a room for my son that's on his way, and I'm kind of freaked out, and I want to make sure that I have easy access into that baby's room. Cool, got it. When you say easy access into the baby's room, can you give me a specific example of what you're talking about? Yeah, I don't want him to be, I've seen some of these houses where the kids' rooms are in the basement. I'm not running down the stairs into the basement. I'm just not doing that, right? Got it, cool. Hey, Matt, got it on the office, got it on the kids' room. What else do you guys want to see? Yeah, I want to see, Heather would be like, I want to see an open kitchen, right? Because I like having a big kitchen area. And I would be like, man, I want at least 3 stalls in the garage. Right? Because I like to collect cars. Boom, now this person knows exactly what's going on in my life. And by the way, when somebody goes, I need 3 stalls in the car, just out of curiosity, why the 3 stalls? Got a 55 Porsche Speedster that's sitting on a lift in storage somewhere right now. I want to have that at my house. You know I'm qualified, right? Just based off of hearing that. But unfortunately, we tend to hang out with, what are you qualified for? Remember there was an old software commercial where they slid the guy into the door and he's like, great, how many seats do you need? Right? We stick on all of the bits, bytes, and blinking lights. What are you qualified for? What's your credit score? How much do you want to spend? And we don't get into being able to say, you know, because of the fact that you had told me you guys want a separate room for the baby, you want this and this and this, you know, now that we're looking at kind of your income and the credit, it might make more sense for you to rent right now, at least just for a couple years. Are you opposed to me getting some properties in front of you that you guys could rent? No, I'm not opposed to it. I mean, ideally we'd like to buy. I get it, but where you're qualified and what you're at, I mean, I can certainly show you some places that you're qualified for, but you know, you're not going to have the situation with each child having their own room in most cases. Are you opposed to at least opening the door to maybe renting a little bit. Now when you understand the person's current situation, when you've been a consultant in the beginning, it's really easy for you to diagnose and make a recommendation later.